Hello, my name's Will Ross, and I'm here at Custom Wood Art by Will Ross, which is me. So, got a project that I decided to make a video and kind of show you what I do on a certain project. So, I like to personalize stuff. It kind of makes it your own. I've had some guitars that I've customized for myself and, of course, for other people. And so I thought, well, I've been playing this old Martin guitar here, and it's how it was born. Well, except for that sound hole cover there. But other than that, it's just a Martin guitar. I love the feel of it. I love to play it. So it's got this spruce top on it, and I thought, well, I need to customize a little bit, kind of throw something on there. And so I figured, why not personalize it, make it my own? So I'm going to bring you along, and I'll take you through the steps on how I make this my guitar. So, of course, the first thing I need to do is get these little strings off here and go ahead and strip the guitar down. So we'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so there we go. Strings are off of it. Pins are out. Go ahead and take the sound hole cover off. It just snaps in. And this is what we're left with. So what we're going to do first is normally I remove the pick guard. Certain guitars you would go ahead and remove all your saddles, bridges, and have a nice clean area to work with. On this particular guitar, I'm going to leave the pick guard on it, and I'm going to try and work my way around everything. Okay, so here we go. So I've got some 400 grit. This is wet or dry. This is just some cheaper stuff that I have just for this one. I'm just going to go lightly over the larger areas, then I'll go back and I'll hand sand any other areas and around the edge. You got to be careful around the edge because you'll flatten out. This is a rolled edge. It's how the guitar was made. It's a solid top. It has no piping or anything on it. So since it's the live edge, we'll have to watch the edges. So here we go. Alrighty, so much for the light sand. It is just a light sand, but these, although it looks like there's no finish at all on it, they do have a coating on there that is, I thought wasn't too bad in mills, and I sanded a little bit more than regular. After a while, after you've sanded a lot of stuff with different kinds of coating on it, you kind of feel when you're sanding on wood or you're sanding on the coating. So you have to be careful in this process. A lot of these guitars, now if you're ever trying to do this on your own, a lot of these guitars are not solid top guitars. And what I mean by that, a lot of them say they're solid top guitars. It's because the whole top is a solid piece of wood together. But I mean the thickness, it's solid out of one piece of wood. Most of them nowadays are laminated. So what that means, it's just like plywood. There's different layers, real thin layers, there's different layers, and they're stacked, glued together and pressed, and that's what makes the top. They're strong. There's a lot of things to it. The tone changes, there's so much that has to do with making an instrument and the types of wood that you use. This being a solid top, it is easier. You know, if you sand a little bit more, you won't know. But on a veneered top or plywood top, that top layer is very thin. So when you're sanding, there'll be times where you'll sand through one of the layers trying to get the majority of the finish off. So when you sand through it, it's going to create a problem because it's a different grain of wood. So you don't want to sand too much, especially on the veneered top. But now that we got this out of the way, I'm going to kind of clean it up a little bit, and then I'll show you what we come up with on the design. So I didn't want to get too drastic, because what I think I'll probably still do is I'm going to do the barnwood plank on it. I just love the look of the barnwood plank. So I'll have a whole lot of I'll have to make all the real wood planks with nails and all that. But you know, it's all about having fun with it and what it will be like when it's done. So I think that's what we're going to do. So now we'll go ahead and figure up some settings, and we'll get this guitar loaded. I dropped the laser down. So then we're going to go ahead and run this again. Hit OK. And then we're going to see what it looks like. Okay, so I've started on this next logo burn, and I have to just try and keep an eye on it because I don't want to get it too deep. Okay, so we're going to try our last test, and we'll see, we'll measure it out. I just put another layer on top, that way if a little bit went through, that it won't hurt the guitar. Preferably, I would like it higher on the guitar, but if it's off just a little bit, it'll really stand out the closer you get it to the edge. So that's why I went ahead and dropped it down, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So we'll get this out, and I'll measure it one last time. This is 30 millimeters, 31, 30. Okay, so now that I've got some lines kind of figured out how I'm wanting to do them this way, now I want to figure out on the ends of the plank. So I was thinking, I started to go across here to where it would be like stud would be, but I think I want it more random. So I think I am going to go ahead and move this, and we'll get the old eraser out, just like in preschool and kindergarten. Try not to eat the eraser. So I'm gonna leave this joint here because it'll kind of out in the open here. And on this one, I think somewhere in here, I'm gonna go ahead and add one. I think it would look good having it somewhere in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and it's gonna be where one's gonna be. This one should be fine where it's at. May or may not be just a little bit crooked. But rustic stuff's not supposed to be perfectly. So these are just for reference anyway. So it's kind of where I'm going to freehand a lot of this burning. So then I go back here. I'm like, well, where would be a good spot? Somewhere back here. So I'll go ahead and throw on in somewheres. This is a good area right there. And then I got this joint here. So we'll come back over here and let's split the difference. Like I said, this is rustic. We don't care. We really don't care. So that's probably going to be it, because it's going to be longer planks. I'm not going to try and do 500 little things. If they were smaller, you might get by with it, but I'm pretty sure just having these is going to be plenty. The more ends of the wood that you have, the better it looks, because that's where you really get your detail, and it's so easy to do. And so when I get to that, I'm going to show you just how easy it's going to be, and you're possibly going to want to get into wood burning, and that's great. That's what it's all about, having fun. It's very relaxing, relieves stress. So I'm pretty sure. I think that's pretty much it. So now that we have it kind of laid out, so what we want to do is you want to put nail holes. So again, it's rustic, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, you don't have to have the nail like centered and perfect. You know, just it's just something so you can kind of, you know, they don't need to be all the same. It's just supposed to be something kind of close. Because what you'll end up doing is making little cracks on the end to make the more kind of weathered and cracks that you add in, it looks more realistic. So basically, just go around and throw in some nail holes, and you just randomly throw them in. And again, you don't want them like perfectly, because then it looks too fake. You don't want it to look super fake, even though it's about as fake as you can get. Okay, so that is basically it. So now what you want to do is basically you're going to go ahead and prep it to start wood burning. And then I'm going to... Okay, we'll get this process started. I'll show you some of it, and we'll just have to skip around because the way the camera angle is probably not going to... It's probably going to be too hard for me to do what I need to do. We'll get this about the right heat setting, and then we can take off. Oh yeah, that's about right. Now, since this has... Now, you don't have to worry too much. I mean, of course, you don't want to burn through the whole guitar, but on these edges, you want it to be you don't want it to be perfect. So that's why I like to start out with some of this, kind of get warmed up to it. One suggestion I can give you if you get into wood burning: don't try and grip the pen too hard, because your hand will start hurting. You spend hours, you know, that's usually what it takes for me when I start a project like this. It's hours and hours of gripping that pen because you're trying to be real steady with it, and it's real hard to not grip the pen real hard, but it'll give you a carpal tunnel like bad. So just keep that in mind. You know, just kind of just lightly grab it. I mean, you don't want it to be too loose in your hand, but and this is a live edge, so I am going to wrap the edge where it does look like it's not just on the very top. You can see we can kind of go off. Now this, you know, you can kind of, you don't have to be, you're just basically following the line, but you don't have to worry about, I even turn my pen like a little crooked. Instead of turn it this way where it's in a line, I'll turn it where you're actually kind of crossing it, and then I'll do that. That way it makes it wider, and then I just kind of move around a little bit, and it makes the edge kind of rough, because this is where two different pieces of wood, so they're not going to be perfectly you know, together. So you want it kind of a little bit different. So then usually on the edges, like I might come in just a little bit, just a little crack. Here's a nail. We'll go ahead and throw a nail on there. Here's a nail. Let's go ahead and throw the nail. And these aren't going to be perfectly round, because I don't, and you know, some of them, like you'll have that, and you'll have like a little, just like a little crack that comes out of them. Perfectly fine, because that's the way. If you've ever looked at like old barns and stuff, you know, they just have like little cracks and stuff just from the weather. So then we come in here. Let's just go ahead and throw a little crack right in there. Just every now and then, just have something that's coming off. Don't make them too don't make them all even. Just go somewhere. Just throw you a little crack. See how simple that is. Just every now and then, just put something in there, and it just gives it like a little bit of. It just looks real. So I think you get the idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up and knock this out real quick. Okay, so we'll get back to doing a little bit of burning here. Get my wattage set where I want it. And so basically, you're going to go through and just randomly start putting some grain on there. Now, don't worry about, oh, I don't know, everything's got to look perfect. It's not. Don't worry about if it's perfect. Just remember your grain is going with the board. And if there's any imperfections in the guitar, anything, that's the best time to hide it. You know, a lot of the customers that I get, they want me to basically cover up stuff that's on a guitar already. So they bring me their used guitars. The first guitar that I did wood plank on was a Songbird guitar. And what happened was they got this guitar and it had stickers on it. It had some skull and crossbones and a bunch of different weird stickers on it. Well, the deal with wood, it's always breathing basically. So when you put a sticker on a guitar, when you take that, when you take that sticker off, you're going to see the outline of that sticker, because what it does, the sticker blocks the pores that that's just natural. People that smoke, the wood in their house is going to start turn darker, and what it is that wood is also gathering the same smoke that is in the air. So same thing with a guitar, with the humidity and everything's humid, it's dry. It's humid, it's dry. So there's constant temperature. Well, what's happening is all this is basically like the wood's breathing. So the environment that the guitar is in is going to it's basically going to absorb the environment. Get back to this Martin guitar. We got a lot of the outline, burn, grain done. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add, check on some type of finish. So we're going to do maybe some stain, a different color stain, mix some stains, whatever we're going to do, and give this something just a little bit more diversity in the planks. And then we'll get this sealed up and finish up this project. I have everything taped off. Basically just went around, taped paper on, went ahead and put a piece on here just for extra. We don't get that messy, but just all the way around the guitar, just tape it off. Basically you're just spraying on the top. You just don't want any mist to go anywhere. Same thing with the sound hole. You have different stuff in there. So what I like to do is I keep all these old, sacks from Walmart or wherever, and so in a bucket. So I like to take these and I'll just throw some inside another bag, and I just throw her down inside here, inside this cover, and it'll keep overspray from going down on your logos, whatever you have in here, electronics, whatever. It keeps everything out of there. And it also keeps stuff, if there's dust in there and you start spraying, it keeps it from blowing out into your finish. So now that I have this done, we'll go ahead and put a sealer on it. And then what we're going to be using today is the polyurethane. This is a warm satin. So when I spray this, it's not going to darken it. It'll give it a good natural look when we spray it. So that's what I'm going to be using. So we'll get this set up out inside the actual garage because I don't want to spray in here for overspray reasons. And then we'll basically it's be untaping, and I'll show you some little tricks when we get to that. Okay, so we got the Martin back in the shop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and peel off some of this, so when it actually is fully dried, it won't try and stick. It makes it kind of hard to get some of this off. So satisfying. Okay, so here we are. We're back at it. So every time I take an instrument apart and everything, I always keep these little baggies around, and that way I can put everything that I've taken off. It sticks. It's all together, so I don't get anything mixed up. When you have a lot of different instruments, that's kind of the thing to do. And so we can start assembling a lot of this back together. So go ahead and throw our saddle in. Like so. Now, usually one thing I haven't done yet is put a label inside of this. I can do that some other time on the next change. So these sound hole covers, they can go on later, but it's probably a good idea. I'll probably wait till later, since this hadn't even had 24 hours to dry, but it should be fine. So got the strings on, and so now the only thing left would be, I always run one of these page capos. It's just faster than trying to, just a lot of times there's no place to put like a clip-on capo or anything. So I run one of these, and that way I can just kind of pull it up and down as I need it. So that would be it. It is finished. So that's going to be a wrap for this guitar. So I tell you, if you like it, if you like the video, go ahead and like it. Comment for something that you want to see in the future. I'll try and do some more videos. It's a lot of editing. I've been editing in between trying to let this kind of dry out. I've been editing all day long. So just let me know if you want some more videos, what you might want to see in the videos. And if you need any, if you have any questions on any of this stuff that I've been using, just put it in the comment below, and be sure and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Follow. I would appreciate it. It helps me out. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll probably have a video come out, and I'll do a song on this. And until then, we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching myself at Custom Wood Art by Will Ross. Thank you.